Imagine a world where you can only read books written in your own language. No Shakespeare, no Dante, no Tolstoy. Sounds boring, right? But that's exactly what life would be like without translators. Translators are the unsung heroes who bridge the gap between cultures and languages, making it possible for us to explore the rich tapestry of world literature. They are the messengers of a common culture, but they often go unrecognized and unappreciated. This essay will delve into the importance of translation and the evolution of dictionaries, showing how these tools have shaped our understanding of language and culture. Without translators, the Renaissance might never have reached England. It was through Elizabethan translations that the ideas and art of the Renaissance spread. John Florio's translation of Montaigne, his essays, Thomas Shelton's Don Quixote, and Sir Thomas Urquhart's Rabelais brought European literature to the English-speaking world. The King James Version of the Bible, a masterpiece of translation, is another testament to the power of language transformation. In the 18th century, English readers could delve into the works of Arabic, Hindi, and Persian through the translations of Sir William Jones. These translations were so valuable that they were included in the Congressional Library of the New American Republic. Shakespeare's plays, which are now considered a cornerstone of English literature, have had a profound impact worldwide. German critics like Lessing, Goethe, and Schlegel wrote extensively about Shakespeare, and his works inspired countless authors, from Chekhov and Guy de Brecht and Max Frisch. Shakespeare's themes have been adapted into operas, ballets, and even American musicals. European actors and actresses were expected to perform Shakespearean roles, demonstrating the universal appeal of his works. Similarly, Goethe's influence extended across the continent, and his works were translated into numerous languages. Despite their significant contributions, translators have often been dismissed or ignored. The Italian proverb, traduttore, traditor, a translator is a traitor, reflects the common belief that translation is an act of betrayal. Some literary figures, like Dr. Johnson, have even argued that the best works are untranslatable. Poetry cannot be translated, Johnson observed, and therefore it is the poets that preserve the language. George Moore, an Irish poet, complained that a good translator substitutes his verse for that of the original, while a bad translator gives us bad verse, which is intolerable. Chaim Bialik, a more charitable critic, said, "Reading poetry in translation is like kissing a woman through a veil." Despite these criticisms, translators continue to play a crucial role in enriching our cultural heritage. Dictionaries, another vital tool in language and culture, have a long and fascinating history. The word dictionary comes from the medieval Latin dictionarium or dictionarius, meaning a repertory of dictions, phrases, or words. Early dictionaries were not the comprehensive guides we know today, but were collections of words and phrases from well-known authors. These bilingual dictionaries helped students learn Latin and read the Vulgate version of the Bible. The first successful and influential printed dictionary was a Latin-Italian dictionary by Ambrogio Calipino, an Augustinian monk, published in 1502. Over time, it became increasingly polylingual, helping readers understand 11 languages by 1590, including Polish and Hungarian. Calipino's dictionary was so popular that the word Callipin entered the English language in the 16th century and remained in use for a century. Calipino's success inspired Robert Estienne, a French publisher, to create improved editions. Estienne's Thesaurus of Latin, published in 1531, and his Latin-French dictionary in 1538, set new standards for lexicography. He drew vocabulary exclusively from classical authors, cited other authorities for meanings, and provided ample quotations to show usage. Estienne's work was so influential that it remains a scholarly rival to the thesaurus undertaken by 5 German academies in 1894, although the latter is still not complete after 80 years. Estienne's dictionaries also helped establish standard languages. He created handy Latin and French school dictionaries and a full-scale dictionary from French to Latin, including technical terms. This work contributed to the creation of a standard language for France, a practice later adopted by the French Academy in 1694. The first comprehensive standard dictionary in a single language was the product of the Accademia della Crusca, published in Venice in 1612. This dictionary, which took 20 years to complete, canonized the Tuscan dialect as the standard Italian language. The power of this dialect was evident when Manzoni rewrote his classic, I Promessi Sposi, in the Tuscan dialect established by the Accademia 200 years earlier. Similar efforts to standardize languages were seen in the Dictionary of the Spanish Academy, 1726-39, and Dr. Johnson's Dictionary, 1755. In England, the establishment of Standard English was a more organic process. Early English Protestants wanted to help ordinary readers understand the Bible in English, leading to the creation of word lists to aid the devout. One of the first such lists was appended to William Tyndale's English translation of the Pentateuch in 1530. Schoolmasters and spelling reformers sought to bring uniformity to English spelling, which they believed was chaotic and made dictionaries and grammars impossible. Roger Ascham, a tutor to Queen Elizabeth, advocated for the use of English in teaching classics and emphasized the importance of mastering one's own language. Richard Mulcaster, a reformer and teacher, compiled a list of about 8,000 English words in his first part of the Elementary, 1582, laying the groundwork for future dictionaries. The first purely English dictionary, a table alphabeticale, was published by Robert and Thomas Caudry in 1604. It focused on hard words and still showed a bias towards other languages. The first comprehensive dictionary for adult readers, The New World of English Words, was written by Edward Phillips in 1658. However, it was not until the work of professional lexicographers that dictionaries became respectable and comprehensive. John Kersey the Younger, the first full-time professional English lexicographer, published a New English Dictionary in 1702, aimed at a general audience. Dr. Samuel Johnson's Dictionary, published in 1755, was a monumental achievement. Commissioned by 5 London booksellers in 1746, Johnson hoped to complete the work in 3 years, but took 8.5 years. With the help of 6 part-time amanuenses, he wrote definitions for 43,500 words and provided 114,000 illustrative quotations. Johnson's dictionary was remarkable for its quality, authority, and literary heroism. He explained in the preface that the dictionary was written with little assistance of the learned and without any patronage of the great. Despite personal challenges, including ill health and the death of his wife, Johnson produced a work that standardized English and provided an invaluable resource for explorers of English literature. Before Johnson, men of learning had organized to purify, simplify, and standardize the English language. The Royal Society envisioned such a project in 1664, and Alexander Pope feared that the language would decline over time. Johnson, drawing on his extensive research, applied a scientific approach to lexicography. For example, he provided 113 different transitive senses and 21 intransitive senses for the verb take. His work was so influential that his American disciple, Noah Webster, compared its impact to Newton's discoveries in mathematics. Johnson's dictionary also acknowledged the organic growth of language. He recognized that language changes due to conquests, migration, commerce, and the progress of thought and knowledge. He noted that while some words were budding, others were falling away, and that no dictionary of a living language could ever be perfect. Prior to Johnson, the best authors believed that as long as the meaning was clear, spelling variations were acceptable. However, the use of the Roman alphabet, which was not designed for English sounds, led to inconsistencies in spelling. The introduction of new letters, such as J, K, V, W, Y, and Z, and the tying together of U's to form W, eventually produced the 26-letter modern English alphabet. By the 18th century, the increasing popularity of rudimentary dictionaries and printed word lists promoted the idea that there should be a standard way to spell words. Lord Chesterfield, a paragon of propriety, warned his son that a single spelling mistake could ruin one's reputation. In America, the desire to know the correct spelling of standard English was driven by cultural insecurity. Noah Webster, a schoolmaster, first gained fame with his American Spelling Book in 1783, which sold over 60 million copies in the next century. His American Dictionary of the English Language, published in 1828, made his name synonymous with dictionaries. In conclusion, translators and dictionaries have played a crucial role in shaping our understanding of language and culture. Translators have bridged the gap between different languages, making it possible for us to explore the rich literary heritage of the world. Dictionaries have provided the tools to standardize and understand our languages, facilitating communication and education. Without these unsung heroes, our world would be much poorer and more provincial. So, the next time you pick up a translated book or consult a dictionary, remember the immense effort and dedication that went into making these resources available to you.